I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hello,
I'm ready.
everybody.
What?
Welcome to the
I
Gamers
hate you all.
Tavern. Come in, sit down, and grab a
No.
drink as we talk about anything from work to Urban Legends.
Dun dun dun.
Hi, guys. How are we today?
Oh, you know,
little
I'm
bit
actually
tired.
doing great.
I mean, aren't we all tired?
I'm also tired, but I'm doing great though.
Oh, really? Why?
He getting
Oh, you know,
pooned.
no, not yet. No, but took this chick out on 2 dates. I think I am succeeding right now. So
Hey, there we go.
yeah. Hopefully, maybe I'll have somebody to be with while I'm in college to keep me in straight line. So
Yeah. Congrats.
I'm hoping the
Alright,
brain.
now, right off the bat, Zach,
Hmm.
I have to ask: is there any updates on the deal feeder?
Yeah.
Yes, there is updates.
Oh.
So last week was it was last weekend. I got it welded together. So now there's a roof on it. There's sidewalls, not sidewalls, but there's a box. Get the idea. And then there's posts for the roof to sit on. That way, when it rains or whatever, there's not a whole lot of water going in because you want to try and avoid the water in the corn. But I got holes drilled in the bottom so that way if there is any water getting in, it'll drain out. Then I got this aluminum mesh screening that I'm gonna basically take a couple self-tappers and just screw it right down into it. So that way, if there is any water will drain out, corn stays in, deer are happy, woohoo.
And shoot deer. I mean, what?
No, I'm not gonna shoot them.
Why not?
I live way too close to other people to actually shoot them.
Tell them to move away.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that's way
still
easier.
a building. It's still a building. I don't live in a trailer court. It's in the ground.
But free venison. Right at your
Dude,
doorstep.
hunting is going to be opening up in just a few months.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Yes.
I should probably register to get a hunting license.
You
so
can.
I deer hunting. Huh?
You just got to make sure you're in the right district because depending on the district depends on the tag. So like there's 1A, 2B, 5G, whatever. You get the idea. There's a map. You can honestly just say, hey, I don't know which district I'm in. Show me the map. And they'll show you the actual map of what each city resides in each district. So the only one thing you gotta remember. If you're using a rifle, you're going to be hunting in winter. I like to bow hunt, so I'm going to be in the late fall, which starts in 5 months.
I don't like the winter.
I mean, he isn't counting down or anything.
Yeah, I am. It is literally 4 months and 18 days. Wait, no, not 18.
You hear this guy?
Yeah, no.
25 days?
Nerd.
I don't know. Anyway, it's in October. I know that. I don't remember the exact day. I'll have to look it up.
Damn it, that means deer hunting season with a rifle is in fucking wintertime. Damn it.
It is. December. Actually, I think it was December 5th was the first day last year. But you get a Sunday. I don't get a Sunday until like late season. Because there's an open Sunday. There's only 3 Sundays per year. There's an open Sunday for bow. There's an open Sunday for bear. And then there's open Sunday for rifle.
Still pretty cold out, and it's wintertime.
And yeah, it usually is.
You know what I hate? The cold. Buy
battery-operated socks and just walk. That's what I usually do. Because I like to walk around to keep warm. Even though I have battery-powered jacket and pants. I don't like being cold either, but those things are pretty nice. I'm not even going to lie.
I bet.
I stay toasty.
Well, I guess in the meantime, when I get this rifle, I can just zero my rifle ahead of time.
Yeah. I want to get a 270 here soon. I want to sight that in.
I'm looking at a 308 right now, so.
How much is it?
$259.99.
$259.
Well, it's because it's a used rifle, that's why.
Does it come with a scope?
Yes, it does.
What kind?
That one I do not know. I was not able to get a closer look because they were busy. So.
Did it have a yellow ring on it by chance? Those are pretty easy to see.
No.
Did it have a white V on it?
No, I couldn't see.
Oh, Ethan.
It might be at nighttime then.
Ethan. It clearly had an ACOG.
Yeah, totally.
No, I was trying to see if it had a Leopold or a Vortex, because they're both really good brands.
Yeah.
The Leopold, they're usually pretty up there in price. I mean, they're definitely worth it by all means, because I have a Leopold sight finder. I mean, a rangefinder, and that thing is kick-ass. I absolutely love that.
I mean, even if like that optic, I might look at a future optic with a magnifying zoom.
So any scope.
Shut the fuck.
I'm just saying, any scope has magnification on it.
No,
I usually keep mine at 3.
All of
Literally every singular scope I have ever seen put on any rifle I've ever shot
listen,
has
my
a
buddy's
scope where you
rifle
can.
did not have it for some odd reason. He was weird about it.
Then he probably bought a really cheap scope.
Yeah.
Because you can buy single magnification lenses, and those things are only like 20,
Well,
$30.
I'm looking at a 1 to 12 times zoom. One right now.
What brand?
I couldn't even remember, dude. I'd have to take a look. I literally went to Field and Stream. I was like fucking eye shopping, bro. Like I wasn't like entirely like looking at the brand, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the better brands. It's either Leopold or it's a EOTech. Not EOTech. Fuck. What's the other one? Trijicon. Trichicon's really good.
Oh, I haven't had those. I've used Vortex and Leopold and Vortex, honestly, the best ones I've ever used. I used a Bushnell one time, and the guy literally took the scope off, placed it on a table, and the lens shattered. It's completely worthless. So I try to stay away from Bushnell. I mean, I guarantee they make some good brands, but I mean, good products, but none that I've seen. I've seen.
I mean, it can also be the fact that it was like probably like the defective, maybe.
That's possible, but I've also seen people who had like Bushnell binoculars. They drop them out of their backpack onto a pile of leaves, and both lenses are cracked. And I've done the same with my rangefinder. I've dropped my rangefinder out of a tree, and that thing was absolutely fine. I mean, it had some dirt on it, but just blow that off, and it wasn't even scratched. It was amazing.
I thought about getting a rangefinder that you can just like mount to your rifle, just so I can, without having to like make noise and pull it out, when I can just click a button on the rifle. Oh, here's this range. There you go.
Those aren't gonna be cheap. Did you make them?
No.
They're not gonna be cheap. Because I was thinking about getting one for my bow, but then I realized it's like $1,200.
Yeah.
So
the
because
has one. It's called a Slurf, or eye cougar as we call it. Yeah. No, those things are expensive. Yep. They're really expensive.
You might be able to find a cheaper one
Maybe.
that you could just kind of mount to the side of it, so that way you can turn your rifle to the side, sight it in, and then spin it over, and then take your shot.
Yeah,
those might not be as expensive, just because of the fact it's a lot smaller.
Yeah, I just want something where I can just mount it to the side of my rifle and then go from there.
Does the rifle have Picatinny rails, or?
No, I'd probably have to get a new stock for that reason, which I'll probably start looking for.
Well, if yours is wood grain, you might not have to get a new stock. You could probably just screw it into it. Huh?
It's a plastic stock. Polyester or whatever.
You
know
what? Well, even then, you could still probably screw right into it. Or you might even be able to find one where you can actually almost sort of bolt it to it with like almost like a U-bolt.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'm still gonna look for maybe another stock to see where it might.
Yeah, definitely get some padding on the back end of that.
Yeah, 'cause 308's a bitch.
Oh yeah, it's I've shot a 30-06 with a woodstock, and
Mhm.
that's even less than a 308. That's less powerful than a 308.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't feel my shoulder for about 5 hours.
Yeah, Hunter Hawk has a little pea shooter that shoots 30-06, and that thing hurts
Let's see.
a lot.
Yep.
Let's see, guys. I have a question about that. Like
Yes.
honestly, I don't know anything about guns and all that. Like,
No, but I'll teach you.
like, could it be like maybe like the more times you use it, the less like it kicks?
No,
No. It's
it's
just
the less you feel it, because then
Yeah.
you're used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I don't
Yeah.
know anything about guns.
The only
Yeah.
way to get it to kick less is either give it a heavier barrel or switch to a smaller caliber. Bigger caliber, more power you're gonna feel.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I think throughout my whole life, I think I shot guns 2 separate times.
Don't worry, I'll get another one.
I think maybe the most powerful I shot, I think it was a 45 Magnum.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
You're kidding.
I think so.
I'm not
Out of a
gonna lie.
handgun.
Yes.
How bad did it hit?
Oh, it went up in the air.
Believable.
I
Yeah. I shot a 45 Magnum, and I could literally see, because he had a little textured rubber grip, to literally see the textures in my palm. It kicks.
I actually shot a 357 revolver this past weekend.
Oh, really?
That thing was fun. I had a lot of fun shooting that. I tried shooting it one hand. I was like, nope, nope, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah.
That hurt.
It all depends on size caliber. Smaller caliber, smaller recoil.
Yeah, but bigger.
Yeah, 50
Dude,
BMGs literally have a muzzle brake where it literally shoots the gas behind you
Yeah.
and towards you to pull the gun away from you because of how much power it has.
Yeah.
Speaking of 50 BMGs, I was at the Field and Stream in Altoona. They have two 50 BMG sniper rifles. for
How much?
sale.
$8,000?
Probably. I can't remember the price. I just remember looking at it, I was like, that's a big fucking gun.
Oh, it is.
Mhm.
It's completely impractical for literally anything.
Yeah, for hunting, yeah, impractical. But
I've seen someone hunt with 50 BMG. It blew the deer to pieces. Killed it, but
Yeah.
blew
I
it to
mean-
pieces.
I mean, to be fair, if it survived that,
I don't know. Deer are some real resilient motherfuckers.
oh,
I
time to
had a
buy them.
buddy of mine who shot his with a crossbow, and as he was gutting it, he literally looked at it. There is a probably 2-inch chunk taken out of its heart, and it still ran. It ran probably like 500 yards, and it was still alive when he got to it. He had to shoot it again.
God damn.
I gotta have him send me the photos, but they're literally blood piles that are probably like a foot wide.
God dang.
I guarantee that thing had almost no blood left in it, but it was still kicking. Deer are some resilient motherfuckers. That's why they're so much fun to hunt.
Yeah.
But
I just want to be able to get one so I can get some venison steaks out of it.
you ever gutted a deer?
I know it's terrible. It's hard.
Then I wouldn't go without someone else. I wouldn't go alone.
Well, obviously.
You're only gonna know from firsthand experience. YouTube video ain't gonna tell you anything.
But
Because let me tell you one time, I had a buddy of mine who was gutting his deer, and he was showing me how to do it. He makes one false cut. I don't even see what is happening because it's literally inside of the deer's stomach. He just goes, "Oh shit!" I'm watching. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "Hear what?" He was like, "I just pierced the bladder."
oh,
And if you know anything,
that's
you
not
cut
good.
the bladder, anything that comes out and touches anything, that meat's spoiled.
ugh.
I mean, you could probably still eat it, but it is not gonna taste very good.
I might just have Hunter Hawk go hunting with me.
At least until you got your first one, just so you know what you're doing.
Well, I'm not gonna skin him. We're just gonna probably take it and take it to the meat market and go from there.
You're gonna have to gut it before you get there.
Fucked. Never mind.
They start bloating within like an hour.
Damn.
Bear, it's even faster. As soon as you get to the bear, you want to gut it as soon as possible.
Damn it.
Yeah. Bear, since they have so much fat on them, the one thing my buddy told me is if you're gonna go bear hunting, track it down, gut it, then take your photo. Don't wait around because all that heat's just gonna spoil all the meat in it.
Really good.
Plus, I know the butchers around here they want you to gut it before you even get there. I don't know if the ones around you are any different, but just safe bet, gut it before you get there. Because a lot of them around here, they'll actually turn you down if it's not gutted before you bring it to them. They will literally tell you to go take it somewhere and gut it because they're not gonna.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame really.
That's just because if it's already started bloating and they cut into it, it's gonna spray them with whatever's rotten in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that is a
and-
whole mess.
Yeah, no one wants that.
Fuck it. Why
Plus-
don't I just hunt human beings? Come on now.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What?
I believe there's a book called The Most Dangerous Game or something
What?
like that.
Let's see.
No. That was a good book though.
Let's see.
It
If
was.
I remember correctly, that's a movie too.
Is it?
Yeah, I
Is
think.
it?
Hold on,
I haven't seen it.
hold on. I'm looking real quick. Because I remember
But
seeing.
yeah, if you're going to go hunting, I definitely recommend getting a sharp knife,
Mm-hmm.
a pretty decent scope. Don't. I know it's gonna suck when you buy it, but don't cheap out on it because you will regret it if you do.
I mean, the scope that.
Alright,
Okay,
the most
comes
dangerous
with
game
it.
came out in 2022.
Like the
Okay, so it is a
movie?
movie.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of a different movie. The ratings on is not good for it.
Oh,
Ooh.
is it even the same as the book?
I can read the description. I don't think I ever read it, so. It says the father and son are shipwrecked on a remote island where they're caught up in a trophy hunt held by its mysterious owners. A merciless man who uses the land as an elite hunting ground.
Okay,
Interesting.
there's some people in here I never even heard of.
Yeah,
But,
it has a 3.4 stars out of 10.
Ooh,
Cool. Terrible.
that's pretty bad.
That's. I don't
It's
think
on
it can
better than
beat-
Hurry Up Tomorrow.
I mean, to be fair, I mean,
I don't think it can
I mean,
beat Sleeping Beauty though. Let's
I
be
was about to
honest
say
with
Snow
Oh
White.
my god.
you. Yeah. I think Sleeping Beauty is at what, like
Okay.
1 or some
Okay,
shit?
okay. Oh no, let me look that up. Wait, that could be a whole different topic.
Go
That
won't go
fucking
broke.
bitch, whatever her fucking name is.
Snow White
Fuck
has a
that cunt.
1.7 out of 10. And if I'm not
That's
correctly,
nasty.
if I'm not correctly, it is actually one of the lowest rated movies.
Yeah, because of the main actor.
Yeah,
And it also sucked terribly.
and a bunch of other things.
Terrible movie. Disney fucked up.
Oh,
Anyways.
okay,
anyways.
as I said, all I'm gonna say about that until next time we probably talk about it. Disney just don't remake movies.
Come up with
Yeah.
something new.
Yes.
Apparently the Lilo and Stitch one is actually not bad.
Yeah, I
Bad.
I
I'm
did
still
hear
not
it's
watching it.
good, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the originals, but I don't think I'm gonna watch the live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they made Jumbaya or fuck, I can't even pronounce his name. They made him the main villain and not, Captain what's his name. Yeah, which I'm not okay with.
But
Literally the only reason that they make live action remakes and whatnot
Mhm.
is so they can keep the copyright for it.
yeah.
Yep.
Because I don't remember how long it is, but so many years, something that is once copyrighted goes into public domain. That's why it
Mhm.
took like 75 years for Steamboat Willie to be public domain. And every time that timer is about to expire, they're like, oh, live action. Oh, part 2. oh, cartoon animated series, blah blah blah. Just something that falls within the same category so they can keep that copyright and still make money off of it. Because if it goes into public domain, then anytime their soundtrack to the movie gets used, anytime parts of the footage gets used, they stop making money off of it. So every time that timer is about to expire, all they got to do is just remake something, and now they make money from it again.
Bastards.
It's a tactic that they've used for God knows how long.
Yeah.
That's why Mickey Mouse is still copyrighted, even though he's been around for like 65 years.
Try like
It also,
80.
no, it's
No,
definitely
I
been a
don't
lot
think it's been
longer.
that long.
Did
1920s.
it came out like before World War II?
No, you're thinking of Steamboat Willie.
Oh, okay.
No, came out in like the 20s, like late 20s, and yeah, it's been like over. Hold on, let me look at them.
Yeah, I looked it up. Mickey Mouse first appeared in a short film, Steamboat Willie, which premiered November 18th, 1928.
Yep. So it's like 90. What?
Jeez.
90. Said 1928, right? Aaron.
Give me a second. November 18th, 1928.
Okay, that means Mickey Mouse is 97 years old. Think about that for a second. Mickey Mouse is 97 years old.
Jeez.
What a pedo. I mean,
Anyway.
Anyway.
On to Zach's topic
the
today.
topic.
Alright,
Yeah.
Zach.
Side note, Steamboat
Hmm.
Willie was made in 1928. However, the modern day Mickey Mouse we all know was made in 1978. Still would be in public domain because now he's turning 40 this year? 50 this year, actually. What am I thinking? 50 in 3 years.
Jeez.
Turns 50 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
but they
crazy.
keep renewing the timer, and all of a sudden they're making money again. Gotta love it. But we never finished the topic of the deer feeder. So I got holes drilled in it. I got the net cut. All I gotta do is grind it and paint it. And I also cut out a little rectangular section so they can get their head in deeper. That way they're not just
Straight off.
trying to reach their head in as far down as possible to eat. They actually have a little bit of leverage in there. And I'm also going to set up a camera on it. I'm going to call it the deer cam. And
Cool.
anytime the deer come out to eat, I'll just have footage of it. And I'll probably even send you one so you can play it for the video.
Yeah.
For the audience.
Yeah.
Shit.
Live updates. What do you think? Whatever your name was. I feel so bad for not knowing.
You should probably look up his name, because he's the one that fucking asked it, you ungrateful piece of shit. Do it now, Zach. Find out his name.
I'm working on it.
This guy, bro. Can you believe this guy, Aaron?
Yeah, no.
Fucking this guy, bruh.
All right, Mr. Felix Neri 1298.90. What? Felix Neri 1299. I'll have footage for you. Live deer updates from the deer cam.
I love the fact this is gonna be like a weekly thing.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll have it ground down and painted real soon.
Nice.
Oh,
You happy, Felix? Are you ready? Are you ready for these deer cam updates?
I mean, I'd hope he is.
Didn't even make the whole section of it, just a little playlist of just short little footage of the deer eating.
You know, Zach, all you gotta do is just send me like a minute-long video every week. Just
Minute long? I'm gonna have to splice them together.
Okay. How about max is 3 minutes for short.
It really wouldn't take all that long because they're like 15-second videos, so I could just throw them in a cap cut and just splice them right together.
Oh.
Yeah, it wouldn't take me more than like 5 minutes, maybe.
Anyway, Zach. On to you today. It's your time to present your urban legends.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Only took us, what, half an hour to get to the topic?
But no.
What? Yeah, no, totally not.
No, never.
Okay.
Alright,
Shut up.
Zach.
Number
Alright,
one.
Zach, with
Huh?
that, the floor's now yours.
No, it's not.
I ain't cleaning it up. 'Cause
Well,
one of these is
I'll
gonna make
shit
you
on
shit
it.
paying you 2
yourselves.
cents an hour,
Mm.
okay?
Well, then I
Wait,
guess I
2
better
cents?
drag
Wait a
this
minute.
out as much as
What the fuck?
possible.
How come he's getting paid 2 cents and I'm only getting paid 1? Make that make sense, bitch. The fuck?
I emphasize, I'll give you a 1 cent raise.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah.
That'd be Kevin
Alright.
if he was still here.
So, in spirit of the whole local legend, I decided to do one of each. One from where I live now, one from where I used to live, and then one from wherever. But, ironically, all three of these are from the state of Pennsylvania. I wasn't even planning on it.
Oh.
Yeah, because one's from where I live, one's from where you live, and the other one's just in Pennsylvania.
Wow, okay.
Just completely unplanned. But that's how most of this is. Because since you guys took 2 out of 3 of mine, I just had to redo the whole thing.
Which was what?
The White Lady of Wapsie, because I didn't realize that she was on the Horseshoe Curve, because that was going to be mine. Until I started reading it, I'm like, oh, this is just the White Lady of Wapsie. Oh, he already did that one.
I did.
Yeah.
Back off, cunt.
Guess that's what happens when you're the last to go.
Yep.
Hmm?
Let's see, Zach, what was the other one?
I actually don't remember. I just scrapped the whole idea and went with 3 brand new ones.
Oh, alright. Alright, Zach. What's the first one?
The first one is the grave of Alan Ketlaw. I don't know if you know who that is. Huh?
No.
Nope.
Okay, I found one that no one knows. Now, Alan Ketlaw was a man who lived as a hermit during the mid-1800s in the Allegheny National Forest. He was often described as unpopular or, quote-unquote, uncanny. He lived alone with no friends or family, which became an issue later on in his life after his suicide.
Oh. Wow, okay, wow.
Yeah, dark turn. The only evidence proving his existence is through eyewitness and handwritten accounts, as there is no historical record of his birth, death, or burial.
What?
He was true. Yeah. There is nothing on this guy. He literally almost never existed. The only reason he has existed is because of the fact people told his story.
Wow.
Yeah, that's deep. He was
Yeah.
truly a man with no identity, as there is no physical documentation of his existence in any way, other than people writing it down. There's no physical
I mean, okay.
records.
I mean, to be fair, it is a lot easier to hide back in like the mid 1800s.
Yeah.
Compared to now.
Yeah, now it's a little bit
Yeah.
harder to do that.
It's stupid easy to do that back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1800s. Yeah, easy. Very easy.
Yeah, you literally be born and die. No one ever knows.
Yep.
At least no one later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But continue.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose.
Very
This guy.
important.
Is he
It is.
looking
This
at
pollen's
the
killing me, man.
Allergies.
Yeah, literally. According to eyewitness accounts, he could not be buried in any local cemeteries at that time, as during that period of time, suicide was actually deemed one of the worst sins that could be committed. So, all the cemeteries around his local county denied him for religious reasons. Now,
Yeah.
in most cases, when this type of thing happens and they're denied by local cemeteries, the victim's family or local residents would bury them on their family farm or properties.
But what family?
Have.
Yeah, unfortunately, with him having no family, as well as being an angry, problematic individual, local residents denied burial of him on their properties.
Damn.
So, not only did the county deny him, he had no family, so that was given, but local residents wouldn't even want him on their property. He was denied by everyone. Not just because of the fact he killed himself, but because of the fact of the way he treated people.
Oh, so he's quite a piece of shit.
Alright, let's see.
Calm down.
Oh,
Hey, what? I'm just saying.
Just because he was mean in his life does not mean his life is any worth less.
And
I
that-
never said that, now do I?
It actually gives me a good idea for a conspiracy theory now
No, no.
that I remembered.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah.
This is your fault, Zach.
All I'm gonna say
What?
is there was
This is
a
your fault.
guy in a small town, total dick to everybody, pretty much like ran over the police department. Everybody feared him. Then somebody killed him. Nobody doesn't want to confess who.
I wonder why.
I'm gonna do that now.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
What's the name?
It's like Roy something. Let me see if I can look up the name. In the meantime, Zach, can continue.
No, that just made me think of some medieval story. It's like I don't even know why, but he does some crime and the whole town, aids him and is like, "Oh, I'm blah blah blah. No, I'm blah blah blah." I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I definitely
think
know
so,
the fact
too.
it happened, like, at least within the past, like, 50 years, I would say, because he died in a car.
Oh.
I know that for a fact. I can't remember the name. God, this is
Your
gonna drive me crazy now.
mom. And Aaron's gonna kill me.
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find it.
No, we'll wait.
No, take your time. No, take your fucking time,
All right, no.
buddy.
I'll move on. So,
Yeah.
seeing as how he's been denied by local cemeteries and residents, and he had no family,
Found it.
his
Hey, his
Go ahead.
name is Ken Rex McEarley. Or
McEarley.
McElroy.
Doesn't sound familiar.
I don't know. I'm gonna put him as one of my theories.
Oh
This
God.
fucking
Hey, anyway, sorry.
look what you did, Jack.
Anyways, I forgot to mention. I'm not citing any of this because absolutely not. Like the serial killers.
Mhm.
With serial killers, I took literally everything from the same website. These, none of them had a very long description of what each was. So, I literally had to scour the internet for hours trying to find little bits and pieces to put together.
Yeah.
So, I'm not citing any of these because each of these have at least 6 websites in each one.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I go onto so many different websites that it doesn't make no sense. I mean, I could be like Ethan and only use one website.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Fuck up.
But yeah, like the last one, I cited everything because it all came from the same website. All of these, there's 18 different websites all in these 3 stories. It's way too much. And there's no way to give credit to each one of them because of the fact there was only maybe a small section of it that I paraphrased because of how much they went into detail.
Yeah.
But regardless. So, with him being denied by the county and local residents, his body sat rotting in a coffin for 5 days as they waited a response as to where to bury him. 5 days. Mind you, this was in summertime. Can you imagine the smell?
Oh yeah. I mean, the Battle of
Yeah.
Gettysburg, after the battle, and how badly it smelled with all the bodies laying around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. It was probably terrible.
Eventually, A local farmer took pity on Catlaw and probably the other townsfolk that had to deal with the smell, and agreed to allow him to be buried on a wooded stretch of land that he doesn't use. No speech or service was performed for his so-called quote-unquote funeral, although many locals had come to watch. No one really knows why. I'm just going to assume it's to make sure he was actually dead. But a shallow grave was dug, probably no more than a foot. He was lowered into it, covered with dirt, and as everyone was packing up and leaving, a voice was heard. Pale, raspy voice that sounded just like him was heard saying, "Dig it deeper.
Oh my
Dig
God.
it deeper."
Oh,
The crowd went entirely silent, looking around to see where they could figure out where the sound was coming from. Not even a moment later, they heard it again. "Dig it deeper." As the crowd ran in a panic, the gravediggers rushed to the site of the burial, removed the coffin, and then began digging again until it was past the height of the hole was past the length of their shovels. They could not dig any deeper without getting in the hole. They put the casket in, covered it again, and then waited. A couple minutes pass, nothing was heard, and he was left in an unmarked grave in the middle of the woods. Rumor has it that if you happen to be walking near his grave, you can hear him begging for a deeper grave. Or, as some say, the firing of the same musket that took his life.
huh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but if I was walking through the woods and all I heard was "dig it deeper," I'd run with probably soiled underwear.
Put it deeper.
Put it deeper in me, daddy.
No. Nope.
Now,
Moving on.
but only imagine, like, you take a hike and you get lost in the it's nighttime now. You're trying to find your
No.
way to the car. If it was today, and all you hear is "dig it deeper, dig it deeper." That no.
Yep. I'm running out of there as fast as I can with soiled underwear.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Ethan, get on X.
Why?
It'll track your movement and actually give you offline maps. So if you happen to get lost, all you gotta do is open the app, follow the exact way you went in.
What app is this?
On X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
Yeah. Yearly subscription is like $100, but for the offline maps alone makes it worth it. Just because you can hit start tracking and it will follow your every step. And it's stupid accurate.
Well, that's good.
But it'll track the amount of time you traveled, how long it took to travel, and then, oh, I'm done for the day. How do I get out? Turn back on, and then just follow the way back out.
Okay.
Yeah, very accurate. That has helped me more than enough times. Anyways, I'm going to point out this one actually has something in it that I didn't know about, and I think we should do.
Oh no. All right.
Yeah.
Don't like this idea.
Face reveal. No, sort of.
No.
The hauntings of the Cambria County Jail.
I'm down.
Just wait. So, rumors have circulated for decades that the jail was haunted by many of its old death row inmates, whether it's from tourists, former employees, or even former inmates. They all tell similar tales. The jail finished construction in 1872, with an addition added in 1910, the gallows, where 11 inmates had met their fate. One of its most famous inmates was a man by the name of Michael Old Smitty Smith, who reportedly disappeared into thin air at the night before his execution. Many people question his method of escape because his cell was made entirely out of concrete and iron. No holes, no tunnels, or escape hatches were found in or around his cell.
Houdini.
The prison. Yeah, huh?
Just straight Houdini out here. Just
Yeah,
straight
literally.
Just straight like disappearing.
Yeah. You want to know what's even creepier?
What?
The entire prison is surrounded by a 22-foot stone wall.
What?
Yeah. No tunnels or weak points were found on the interior or exterior of that wall.
Wow.
How is that possible?
Yeah. How?
Yeah. No one seems to know. And it's not like, oh, he just tunneled underneath the prison. Underneath the prison is a dungeon. Literally called the dungeon.
The dungeon.
Yes. And a basement. I believe it has 2 floors.
Huh.
Yeah. So if he actually wanted to tunnel underneath the prison, he'd be digging like 30 foot.
Yeah, see, but even then, he's like, let's say he digs underground, and he reaches the basement. Well, wait, what came first, the basement or the dungeon?
I believe the basement and then the dungeon.
Okay, yeah. Just imagine like you dig down to the basement, then what? You have to dig through the basement without
I don't know.
people noticing?
I don't know. I've never.
I don't know. I've never
yeah.
escaped from prison.
Me neither. I hope none of us have. But even then, there was still no holes, tunnels, weak points, anything. It's no natural way of escaping from his cell.
Mhm.
That's why people believe he literally just disappeared into thin air. Almost like he evaporated.
Wow, that literally leads up to a whole bunch of other questions. Zach, please,
Yeah.
please tell me you have any theories.
My main theory is he bribed a guard to give him
That's also
guard's
possible.
clothing so he could walk right out the door. But the only problem is he has no history afterwards. The night before his execution is listed as his date of death because he was never found afterwards.
Interesting.
That is the only logical explanation that anyone has ever come up with. Because of the fact there was no way of him escaping. No holes, tunnels, weak points, nothing. In or around his cell, in or around the gate. The only way he would have been able to get out is walking straight out.
But even then,
But he has no history afterwards. There's no history of his death. There's no history of him being found. Nothing.
let's see, Zach. And you said this what happened? What, the mid to late 1800s?
I'm actually not sure. I wasn't able to find that, but let me look it up.
Because I'm actually kind of curious. Like, because I'm assuming it took place before there were cameras.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I was about to say, like, if there was cameras, then they could just look. But
Yeah, no. This is long before that.
yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
What's the year that it says?
Yeah, August 26th, 1883.
Okay.
Yeah.
11 years after the prison was finished.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to propose a theory.
Mm-hmm.
What if he went to hell?
Possible.
Like literally, like the prison itself is like a gate to hell.
That's a possibility.
I would say like if there was proof of him digging down, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's just very weird. Again, it is 1880s, so like
Yeah,
you could
I mean,
easily escape and
but
just
Ethan, the thing
never show
is,
up back on the radar again.
yeah, but see, the thing is, like, nobody doesn't like disappear out of the blue.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. I was able to find it. August 30th, 1884, he had disappeared. Just a few hours afterwards, on August 31st at 5 a.m., the sheriff actually put out a $300 reward, which in 1883,
Was a lot.
yeah, equivalent to about $10,000 today.
Yeah.
So far, the only theories is that he had gotten over the wall with a ladder, but there was no ladder to be seen. The only evidence that there was anyone near the prison was hoof prints and wagon tracks on the ground outside of the prison wall, and a witness reporting that she's seen a horse and buggy speeding past her farm around 1 a.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe? But, man,
No idea. An additional $1,000 was added to the reward, increasing it to $1,300, or in today's terms, $40,000.
Jesus Christ.
And he was even put on a poster, wanted, dead or alive.
Damn, dude. If he escaped, he had to like leave the country. Like, there's no way.
And what's even funnier is the bounty's still up. It was never taken down.
Alright, guys.
So
hear
if you
me
happen to
out.
find, his dead body, you can turn
Can we
it
still
in
get the reward?
$40,000.
I still get the 101.
Alright,
I like
guys,
the
let's
wall
go
place.
hunting.
But yeah, what's really funny is many men with wooden legs were actually arrested on accident,
What?
and they were held until they were able to prove that they weren't Smitty himself.
I'm guessing Smitty had a wooden leg.
Yeah.
Let me guess, was he a veteran of the Civil War?
Do what?
Veteran of the Civil War?
Him, I don't know, but
Because 1884, you know.
there was a lot of men with wooden legs during that time.
Yeah, especially after the whole, Civil War fiasco where
Yeah.
legs were
What's
getting
even
cut.
worse? They thought that he would show up after his 3-year-old son had passed away
And he did.
3 years after his disappearance. 2 years after his disappearance.
And he
And
didn't.
no, he never even showed up.
Maybe he died.
His
Or he
wife
didn't.
remarried in 1887,
Mhm.
and he never even showed up to his mother's funeral in 1890.
Jesus.
Absolutely no one has heard about him ever since.
Dude,
He
that's fucked.
literally disappeared into thin air.
I mean, it is really easy to do that in the 1800s.
But, like, to escape
Like I
from the
said, best
prison-
guess would be he walked out the front door. That's the only
Yeah.
one that actually makes any sense.
Yeah, like, okay. So for the way I think of it as he either bribed the guard or he just straight up just stole the clothes.
That's possible.
Walked out the gate, then hopped onto that wagon that sped off.
That's also possible.
Because if that lady is saying it was true that she heard, like, or was it she heard or found or saw, like, the speeding
Saw.
wagon?
Saw the horse and buggy.
Yeah. If that's true, then that might be it. Because who would be out at 1 in the morning
Nobody.
speeding on a horse in a wagon?
In the 1800s, nobody.
Yeah.
Don't know. But ever since then, he's not been found.
That's my
So,
theory.
if you can happen to find the one-legged Smitty, you can turn him in, his corpse, for $40,000. Just that
Very
never
good.
took away the bounty.
We gotta go find him.
Alright, guys.
Even though his date of death was literally listed as the day he escaped.
We're going on a bear hunt. We're going on a bear hunt.
I don't think he's a bear. Anyways, executions that were done in this prison were primarily done by done by hanging until 1911, where the primary method of execution was replaced by electrocution.
Yeah, Low on
Interesting.
topic. I love the fact that we spent the whole time talking about somebody, and I completely forgot it was about the whole prison in general.
You're no.
I truly thought it was about it. Jenny thought it was about him.
Anyways, the prison still regularly executed people up until the 1980s. Yeah. And in 1999, the gates of the iron prison were shut, leaving behind the souls of the damned inside. Inside the gallows, where, again, 11 inmates died, it is rumored you can feel cold spots similar to a freezer, as well as hear screams of pain and fear.
Mm.
Now, the dungeon that I was talking about, which is right below the warden's office, yeah, was often used to house the criminally insane inmates. Inside can be described as chilling, dark, and multiple reports of activity.
I'm
And
wondering what truly happened down there.
well, in the 1800s, criminally insane. I don't think we want to know. The basement that I was talking about earlier, once used as a cafeteria, was also the site of a gruesome murder of an inmate by another inmate. So, lots of activity down there as well.
Yeah.
To this day, this prison is still highly regarded as a tourist attraction and even offers guided tours around the prison. It was even featured on an episode of Paranormal Lockdown.
I actually never heard of that.
Yep.
Paranormal Lockdown is a TV show where they go around and basically explore haunted prisons.
Oh. I might need.
Yeah.
I want to watch them now.
I believe it's called the Old Stone Prison. Not gonna swear by that. But yeah, it was actually featured on an episode of it, and you can still watch it. I believe it's on Tubi. For the last one, The Death Shout. You guys ever heard of that one?
What is it?
Called The Death Shout. It's an old Indian tale.
No.
Okay. The Seneca Nation was formed in 1848 and had lived along the Allegheny National Forest throughout New York and Pennsylvania. To this day, Seneca Nation is still widely recognized with over 8,000 current members in many parts of western New York.
Wow.
Yeah. Among the Seneca Nation lies a story that has been told time and time again. The Death Shout. The story begins during the Civil War. A warrior named, I'm going to apologize because I might butcher this, Machatochton. He fell in love with a woman named Sabelina in present-day Clearfield County, Pennsylvania. She had dreamed that Machatochton would become one of the greatest warriors in the tribe's history. And according to the legend, she had passed away from swamp fever just before they were to be wed.
What's that?
Unfortunately, it's a... I didn't look into it. It's a disease that actually killed a lot of people during that time. Because I don't think a definition? Contagious viral disease of horses that causes anemia and emaciation and is usually fatal.
Oh.
It's also malaria.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. But yeah, there's actually another thing about it. There is no vaccine for it.
Still?
Yep.
Huh.
It's from horses, but can be transferred to humans by infected saliva through coughing, spitting, or contamination through water sources.
Mhm.
So if a horse spits on you, you might get swamp fever.
Okay, wait for it.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of like how a koala pisses on you and you get chlamydia.
Is that actually a thing?
Yes, it is.
That's
Like
hilarious.
80% of koalas have chlamydia.
That's
Oh
hilarious.
man, they're so adorable though.
Yeah, until
Yeah,
they
but
piss on you and give you an STD.
Well, good point.
then
Yeah.
you're fucked up.
Now, Madukakuk, a rival tribe leader, had issued a proclamation that they would meet for battle at the ravine in the Black Forest of what is now Potter County. When Machatochkin and his team arrived, they were immediately ambushed and shot with poison arrows. As Machatochkin fell, subsiding to the poison of the arrows, he let out a final cry, a shout of death that, according to the legend, was so loud that it was heard even in the afterlife.
Jesus.
Excuse me one second. Ever told you how much I hate pollen?
Yeah.
Now, story goes, Sabelina heard the shout and came to his aid. She breathed into his wounds, healing them, and telling him to rise again and conquer Madukakuk. As the sun set, he awoke to find his entire tribe was killed in battle. Machtochton hiked on foot for miles until he caught up with Madukakuk and his tribe with no visible cuts or wounds on his body. Mind you, they shot him. Nothing. Unscathed. He challenged him to a duel. They fought a fearsome battle, one-on-one. A vile tribe leader with a lack of a moral compass going toe-to-toe with a man they thought was dead. Because again, they shot him. Anyways, after the battle had finished, Majorkakut's body is literally lying lifeless on the ground. His tribe realized this guy was dead, now he's not, and he just killed our guy. We're gonna go with him. They sided with him until his quote-unquote final death, the quote-unquote dead man ruled with justice, something the tribe had lacked from its former leader. Story has been spread widely across the Seneca Nation, some claiming to be true, others claiming to be nothing more than a simple campfire tale, and others claiming to have met with Machatoch. Oh, man, these are difficult names. Others claiming to have met with Machatochkin and believed and his beloved wife Sabelina in times of dire need. But one thing remains certain. All of them still say to this day that if you are willing to listen close enough, you can still hear the shout that broke through the portal of life and death.
Oh. All right. Yeah, that was really interesting.
Indeed it was.
Isaac, do you have any more?
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. For context, there's actually a dam that I first learned about when I was going to school there. It was named after a tribal leader. And the reason they named it after him is because the dam had actually flooded his entire tribe and killed them.
Okay.
There's a little food for thought.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah.
yeah, Zach, I still love the prison one. Because I'm
Oh,
honest.
but you don't like the death shout? This dude literally screamed in the afterlife and you just don't even care.
My bad. I just more interested with the guy disappearing.
Yeah, that one is kind of messed up.
Just out the blue. That is the one that gets me. But I mean, honestly, I'm honestly down to go there.
I'm down. Just bring a jacket because again, they feel cold spots similar to a freezer.
And then we also need to get a ghost hunting stuff.
Why?
What we need to see?
Isn't one of your coworkers a ghost hunter?
Yes.
Can we just borrow some of his stuff?
I don't think so, but I can try.
Invite him.
Yeah, I got that. Yep. Alright.
Yeah, we could do a whole vlog about it.
yeah. Yeah, guys, we're not turning this podcast into a vlog.
Actually, yeah, we could have the tavern logo showing, and then it's like, you know what? Face reveal. Boom.
Yeah, like, what is up, guys? It's your boys, EPY Dre, Zach, and Ethan. And today we are experiencing this haunted prison. Now,
I just realized if we did a vlog, it would just be you, me, and Ethan's chest. Because he's so much taller than the both of us. Unless we have him sitting down.
That too. That can work.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. Today we're here with Aaron's sack and Ethan's tits.
Wow,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa. I don't have tits,
Alright,
buddy. I'm not
this
fat.
video gets 10,000 likes.
No.
10,000 dislikes.
Oh,
Bruh.
dislikes now.
Absolutely. It worked for PewDiePie.
It did. It did.
I want 2 million dislikes.
And if we can do that, I'll post the next podcast next week.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna need some time to prepare.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, no. But yeah, and then also next week we're starting the conspiracy theories.
Not me first, thank God.
Let's see, who's going second between you two? I forget.
It was Zach, and then
I don't
me.
know. How do we
I don't know, dude.
how do we do
Because one of it was you, then me, because I think I was last this time for
I
conspiracy.
mean, I know I'm going first.
Oh my god.
What?
Phil Robertson died.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he died last night.
Shit.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Also, I'm very tired.
Alright, guys. Shall we end it?
Yeah, I'm passing out right now, so
Alright, Zach. Go ahead.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Not Ethan. Be nice this
alright.
time.
I'm actually gonna be nice because I'm having a good day. Please get up, push in your seat, or set them on the table and then get out.
Yeah.
Don't send him on the table. Just wail him across the room as far and hard as you possibly can.
Yeah, if you do that, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw the fucking chair right at your fucking head.
Oh, alright. Alright, and with
Alright,
that...
tried being
That's
nice.
the spirit.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, and with that, the Gamers Tavern is now closed. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.